A Brief History of Dark Souls PvP, Part 2. Where we last left our heroes, the year was 2012. The Artorias of the Abyss DLC had just been released, and as previously mentioned, Dark Bead with sorcery boosting items was all the rage, allowing players to literally one-shot each other with the press of a button. The novelty of Dark Bead quickly wore off for most players, and the actual effects of the patch started to be realized. Black Flame was now in everybody's build, and overnight it shifted the poise breakpoint value from 56 to 61. Causing hyper-optimized snake people builds to make minor adjustments and only slightly inconveniencing normal humans. The gold tracer, on the other hand, was very much an inconvenience to both humans and upright reptiles. Somewhere around 2013, probably, or maybe later, who knows, find me someone who actually remembers what year this was, honestly. A massive change took place in the PS3 community with the release of the Mega Mule. It's worth mentioning at this time that for almost the entire lifespan of the Xbox version of the game, save editors were used regularly to spam blessings and make your hair glow neon colors, but for PS3 players this was always just out of reach. This meant that encountering a cheater on PlayStation was extremely rare, and usually required them to personally have access to a jailbroken system. But that all changed with the release of the Mega Mule. Now everyone had access to a pre-edited ripped save, and it didn't take them long to figure out how to modify it for themselves, and all of a sudden, oh, would you look at that, they're everywhere. And this time they brought friends. Lots of friends. Within a couple of days, the Book of the Guilty had been completely ruined, and cheaters were absolutely everywhere. Sometime between 2012 and 2015, the murakumo started to become very popular, with more and more players picking it up and deciding that they liked it, and that'll be important later. The year is 2014 and Dark Souls 2 is released to the public, marking the beginning of the end for the first game in the series. Several players move on to Dark Souls 2, many stay behind, and many simply move on to greener pastures elsewhere. Fast forward several years and it's 2018. Dark Souls Remastered is released and it brings a resurgence of popularity. A large portion of the community migrates from their home console to PC exclusively, and Dark Souls for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 can safely be considered dead, at least to the Western audience. The Remastered Edition brings with it a few changes that heavily impact PvP combat, including the removal of dead angling and by extension ghost hits. The year is 2023, as of making this video, and the only players I know of who still play the Prepare to Die Edition or Remastered say that everyone who's still around plays Flip Katana or Murakumo. If this game had any players at all in whatever year you might be watching this, it's likely that this is still the case, because with so few players and information on this game rapidly becoming harder to find, Kumo and Katana stocks can only go up. Thank you for watching.